In every corner of Africa, stories breathe, tales buried in dust, whispered through firelight. You're about to hear one of them. Welcome to African Horror Stories. Mauritanian Folklore. The Singing Dunes of Chinguetti. There are places in the world where silence is not empty. It is waiting. In northern Mauritania, beyond the paved roads and satellite towers, beyond the last tea stall where men sit under thin shade and speak slowly of weather and lineage, the Sahara opens like a mouth. It stretches in all directions, endless dunes, moving dunes, dunes that swallow villages the way the sea swallows careless swimmers. And sometimes they sing. The people of Chinguetti know this. They do not advertise it. They do not argue about it online. They simply say, "The dunes sing when they are alone." Chinguetti is one of the oldest desert cities in West Africa. Stone buildings the color of sand. Ancient libraries filled with manuscripts written by hand centuries ago. Wind moving through narrow alleys like it remembers something. It is a place of scholarship, of faith, of history. And just beyond it, rising like frozen waves, are the great dunes. Tourists come sometimes. During the day, when the sun presses down like judgment, guides will take visitors to the edge of the sands. They will climb a slope. They will kick the sand gently. If the conditions are right, a low vibration hums through the air. A deep, droning note, like a giant instrument played by the wind. Scientists say it is friction, dry grains sliding together at just the right angle. The locals nod, but they do not go at night. His name was Idris, 27, educated in Nouakchott, quick with a smile, faster with a camera. He had built a modest online following, posting desert photography and cultural documentaries, clean edits, drone footage, smooth voiceovers about forgotten places. He wanted something bigger, something viral. When a French travel blogger posted a short clip of the dunes singing and gained 2 million views, Idris felt the heat rise in his chest. He could do better. He would film the dunes at night, live. No cuts, no edits. Just him, the desert, and whatever sound the sand decided to give. The warning came softly. An old man outside a tea house, hands folded over a wooden cane, eyes sharp despite his age. "You are going at night?" the old man asked. "Yes," Idris said proudly. "The sound will be stronger." The old man shook his head once. "The dunes sing when they are alone." Idris laughed gently, respectful but dismissive. "I will not disturb them." The old man's gaze did not move. "That is what everyone says." The night he chose was windless, clear sky, thin crescent moon. Idris packed lightly, camera rig, portable lights, drone, backup batteries, satellite uplink for streaming. He drove until the city lights were gone, then farther. When he finally stopped, the silence felt thick. No insects, no distant engines, just sand stretching in silver waves under moonlight. He set up at the base of a towering dune, easily 40 meters high, its surface smooth, untouched. Perfect. He checked his connection, strong. He went live. The stream began with confidence. Good evening, everyone. Tonight we are outside Chinguetti, at one of the dunes known for producing the famous singing sound. We are going to experience it together. The comments rolled in quickly. Excited emojis, requests for him to climb higher, jokes about ghosts in the sand. Idris grinned and adjusted his microphone. Let's see if the desert wants to perform.
He began to climb. Climbing sand at night is harder than it looks. Each step slides back slightly. Each movement pulls breath from your chest. Halfway up, he paused to catch air. That was when he heard it. A low vibration. Soft, almost below hearing. The dune had begun. The sound was deeper than expected. Not the faint tourist hum. This was fuller, resonant, as if something beneath the sand had hollow bones. He smiled into the camera. There it is. Do you hear that? The chat exploded. Yes, louder than daytime. What is that? The vibration grew stronger as he shifted his weight. He climbed higher. The dune responded. At the crest, he planted his tripod. The desert stretched in all directions like frozen ocean swells. He turned slowly, giving viewers the panorama. Then he deliberately slid 1 foot down the slope. The sand shifted in a controlled cascade. The sound surged. Not just a hum now. It layered. A second tone vibrated beneath the first, then a third. It was no longer a single note. It was harmony. Idris froze. That's new, he whispered. The chat scrolled faster. It sounds like voices. Turn off the lights. Listen. He laughed nervously. It's just acoustic variation. But the sound did not behave like wind. There was no wind. The air was perfectly still, yet the dune trembled as if something inside it was moving. His drone lifted into the air. From above, the dune looked smooth, untouched. But through the drone's microphone, the sound intensified. It vibrated with rhythm now, a pattern. Rise, pause, fall, pause, rise again. Not random, structured. Idris's faded. He felt the vibration in his chest, then in his teeth, then in his skull, as if the sound had entered him. The chat changed. At first it was excitement, then confusion. Then something else. The same word began appearing over and over. Leave. Different usernames, same message. Leave. 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 Idris adjusted his feed monitor. It glitched. The word flickered. Not typed. Overlaid. As if burned into the stream itself. He swallowed. The sand beneath his feet shifted, not downward, upward. A ripple traveled against gravity, from the base of the dune toward him. His breath caught. He stepped back instinctively. The ripple followed. The humming deepened into something almost melodic, a rising wail buried under the vibration. He whispered, barely audible, "Do you hear that?" The answer was unnecessary. The audio meter on his equipment was peaking. The drone feed crackled. Static bled across the screen. For a split second, the aerial view showed something impossible. A darker shape beneath the dune, not solid, not defined, just
absence, as if a void had moved under the surface. The image snapped back to normal. Idris stared at it. "No," he muttered. The dune's crest began to sink, not collapsing outward, collapsing inward, like sand draining into a throat. He stumbled backward, losing footing. The tripod tipped, the camera angle skewed wildly. The humming became deafening, layered voices now, not language, but cadence, like chanting underwater. The sand at the peak spiraled, a slow, tightening whirlpool. There was no wind, there was no visible force, just movement, purposeful. Idris scrambled, trying to descend. Each step triggered another wave of sound. The dune was reacting to him, or to something beneath him. The chat was unreadable now. The word "leave" filled the screen. Then the stream quality dropped. Pixelation swallowed detail. The only thing clear was the sound. It had changed. The harmony fractured. It became dissonant, angry. The ground gave way under Idris's left foot. He fell to one knee. His hands plunged into sand that felt warmer than it should have. He yanked them out quickly. They trembled. The sand was moving beneath the surface like muscle. He screamed. The first real break in his composure. The drone fell from the sky, camera spinning wildly before cutting to static. The main camera tilted, capturing the horizon at a crooked angle. The dune's center continued sinking, a hollow forming where the crest had been. The humming dropped to a low, steady tone, like breathing. In, out, in, out. Idris tried to run. The sand dragged at his legs. Not grabbing, not visible hands, just resistance, as if it did not want him leaving. The stream cut to black, but the audio continued. For 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2. The breathing sound grew slower, heavier, then softer, then silence. The stream ended. Search teams went out at dawn. His vehicle was found exactly where he left it. Equipment cases inside, backup batteries untouched. The dune showed signs of disturbance, but not collapse, not sinkhole, just smoothed sand, as if the surface had corrected itself. No body, no clear slide marks, nothing. The locals said very little. One elder finally spoke. The dunes sing when they are alone. The search was called off after 3 days. Official explanation: disorientation, night exposure, accidental burial. No one could explain the audio recording. The final recording still exists, saved by viewers. Experts have analyzed it. They confirm the bass frequency matches known singing sand phenomena. But layered over it is something else, a modulation pattern, structured, repeating. When slowed down, the pattern forms intervals similar to human chanting. No language identified, no source located. The dune where Idris filmed is still there. Guides avoid it now. Tourists are taken elsewhere. And sometimes, on windless nights, the people of Chinguetti say they hear the dunes singing, not loudly, not violently, just enough to remind the desert that it was not alone that night. In the Sahara, silence is not emptiness. It is territory, and some territories do not welcome witnesses. That's all for today. If you liked the video, let me know by hitting like. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more. You can watch another video of mine right here. See you next time.